Hello, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network. With me today from PainChek is CEO and Managing Director, Philip Daffas. Philip, thanks for coming and welcome back.
Pleasure to be here again, Jess.
So first up, Philip, PainChek has developed the world's first smartphone pain assessment and monitoring app. But where's the company at today?
Well, Jess, the company's progressed really positively in the last year. A year ago, we completed our clinical studies. We completed the approval process for both the TGA in Australia and CE Mark in Europe as a Class 1 medical device. We've formed a small but very effective team to commercialise the product in Australia early this year. And we've now got 21 residential aged care groups using the app on a daily basis, covering more than 1,500 beds in residential aged care and more than 6,000 pain assessments. Clinical pain assessments have been conducted this calendar year.
Great. Now, can you tell us a little bit more about the app's adoption?
Well, the app's adoption has been very positive in the aged care sector. And the reasons for that actually is probably three key drivers. And this is the feedback we've got from our clients. And that number one, it assesses pain when pain isn't obvious with their residents. Secondly, it identifies the level of pain or severity of pain, whether it's mild, moderate or severe, when the pain is obvious. And thirdly, it monitors the effectiveness of the intervention. So if they make a treatment, then they can come back and reassess and therefore work out whether the pain is diminishing or increasing. So that's really the real value that people are seeing on this in aged care, and that's the reason why it's picking up in practice and in use.
And you've spoken about aged care, but big picture, what's your target market, Philip?
Well, our target market is also to go into the home care. Most of the people with dementia actually live in the home and are managed by families. So we start off with the residential aged care groups who've also got home care operators. Those home care operators go into the home to manage patients. And then we can also provide the access to the app for people living at home, family members, to use it and assess their loved ones in the home environment.
So Philip, that leads to your shared care program.
Correct. Just this month we've launched shared care, and the purpose of shared care is to ensure the healthcare professional, when they visit a family member in the home to assess them for pain, they can do the assessments at home, and then they can also encourage their family members to carry on using the app and record pain levels, while at the same time transmitting that information back to the healthcare professional so they have a seamless integration of pain management. This, we believe, will actually help further improve healthcare outcomes for people at home and also reduce healthcare costs. Thanks,
Philip. Now to an update on your finances. Can you start off by telling us about sales?
Yes, well, initial sales for the Enterprise app has gone into residential aged care. So as I said before, we've got 21 residential aged care units using it today, more than 1,500 beds, and these are all on subscription licenses. So these are annual licenses and more than 6,000 pain assessments. So we've gone from 50 beds to 1,500 beds in a matter of 3 months, and we've got a great sales trajectory going forwards.
Nice. And how has that flowed through to your share price?
Share prices are roughly about 5 cents today. We've got about $50 million market capitalisation. We've been pretty steady for the past few months, which is more reflective, I think, of the market. But our shareholder base is fantastic. They've been very supportive and they're very loyal to us. And we believe now it's a very good buying time for people to buy PainChek.
And Philip, what can you tell us about your strategy and how that's progressing?
Well, the consumer strategy starts off with shared care, as just talked about. So in Australia, we're going to go direct to the consumer next. And then internationally, I've already been to the UK recently and Singapore. So we've got clear market entry strategies into Singapore and the UK. We've got a presence now in New Zealand, where we're going to start very soon. And next year really is about Europe. So 2019 is Europe for the Dementia app. 2020 will be the United States as we get FDA clearance.
And lastly, Philip, can you tell us about your other products in the pipeline?
Yes, we're also developing, as you know, the Kids app. That Kids app now is completed and ready for clinical trials. To go back and explain, there are 400 million children between the age of 0 to 3 who are pre-verbal and therefore cannot communicate effectively why they're crying. So for parents, if the kid's crying during the middle of the night, they can make an assessment to work out whether the cry is actually a pain cry or a non-pain cry. And again, this will help relieve parents' concern on their child and also help reduce healthcare costs. We're about to actually start a clinical trial in Australia. We'll announce that when it's ready. but that trial should take us through to early next year, and then we see the Kids app being registered with TGA and CE Mark by the second quarter of next year.
Wonderful, and we're looking forward to seeing the results and following the company's growth. Philip Daffas, thank you so much.
Thank you.